building the digital infrastructure to connect over 1.3 billion Indians. You have all heard of India's financial inclusion, banking, and digital payment revolution. UPI is the world's most efficient payment infrastructure today. We are using digital technology to transform lives in all sectors of governance, from health and welfare to inclusion and empowerment. We are one of the largest consumers of data per capita, and we continue to grow. Second, we are paving the way for India to lead the next technology revolution. We are on our way to connect 600,000 villages with broadband. We are investing in developing capacities in 5G, IoT, and clean energy technologies. We are working to unleash the next wave of innovation in data, AI, and other technologies. Third, India is headed for robust economic growth. We have the world's fastest growing startup ecosystem. New unicorns are coming up every few weeks. India's own consumption of semiconductors is expected to cross $80 billion by 2026 and $110 billion by 2030. Fourth, we have undertaken wide-ranging reforms for improving ease of doing business in India. Last year, we abolished more than 25,000 compliances and gave a push towards auto renewal of licenses. Similarly, digitization is also bringing speed and transparency to the regulatory framework. Today, we have one of the most favorable taxation structures in the world. Fifth, we are investing heavily in skilling and training young Indians for the needs of 21st century. We have an exceptional semiconductor design talent pool, which makes up to 20% of the world's semiconductor design engineers. Almost all of the top 25 semiconductor design companies have the design and R&D centers in our country. And sixth, we have undertaken several measures toward transforming the Indian manufacturing sector. At a time when humanity was fighting a once-in-a-century pandemic, India was not only improving the health of our people, but also the health of our economy. Friends, our production-linked incentives schemes offer incentives of over $26 billion in 14 key sectors. Over the next 5 years, the electronics manufacturing sector is expected to see record growth. We recently announced SemiconIndia program with a total outlay of over $10 billion. This program aims to provide financial support to companies investing in semiconductors, display manufacturing, and design ecosystem. We are aware that in order for a semiconductor ecosystem To flourish, it is necessary to ensure adequate support from the government. Allow me to put our approach in the language of semiconductors itself. In earlier times, industries were ready to do their work, but the government was like a NOT gate. When any input flows into the NOT gate, it gets negated. So many needless compliances and no ease of doing business. But we understand that the government must be like the end gate. While the industry works hard, the government works even harder. I would like to assure you that we will continue to support the industry in future as well. We have taken care to see that the SemiconIndia program addresses various parts of the ecosystem such as semiconductor fab, display fab, design, assembly, test, marking and packaging of semiconductors. Friends, a new world order is forming and we must seize this opportunity. We have worked hard over the last few years to create an environment that encourages growth. India had the appetite for tech and risk-taking. We have put the odds in your favor as far as possible through a supportive policy environment. We have shown that India means business. Now it is over to you. Friends, I look forward to practical suggestions from all of you about how we can move towards an India that is hub for semiconductor for the world in the coming years. Through this conference, we aim to engage with domain experts. We will work with stakeholders to understand what more can be done to build a vibrant semiconductor ecosystem. I'm confident that this conference will have rich deliberations which will help steer India into a new future. Thank you. Thank you very much.
The inaugural Semicon India 2022 was inaugurated by the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi virtually. This prestigious event is being held at India's Silicon Valley, Bengaluru. Prime Minister Modi, in his speech, said that today's India is aimed at transforming lives of 1.3 billion Indians. He gave 6 reasons. The Honorable Prime Minister said that India is building a digital infrastructure that connects 1.3 billion Indians. And also, India is within a month going to develop capacities in 5G, Internet of Things or IoT and green energy technology. The Honorable Prime Minister emphasized that the next wave of innovation will be in data and artificial intelligence. India is headed for new economic growth and India has emerged as the startup capital of the world, said the Honorable Prime Minister. India is now a front-ranking leader of ease of doing business, and the Narendra Modi government has in fact waived off 25,000 regulatory compliances in the last 8 years. Honorable Prime Minister said that digitization, speed and transparency are the most favorable things that can help the semiconductor industry. India has a very lucrative taxation infrastructure. Skilling and training India's for the 21st century is the new goal of the government of India. The Honorable Prime Minister, while speaking at the SemiconIndia virtually at Bengaluru, said that top 25 semiconductor companies have their research and development bases in India. And this is not just a small thing. India is expected to consume about $80 billion worth of semiconductors by the year 2026, and by the year 2030 this will go up to a whopping $110 billion. The Honorable Prime Minister said that India is set to lead the next technical revolution.
बिल्कुल कौशिक, और आज भारत के माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी ने वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंसिंग के माध्यम से बेंगलुरु में 3 दिवसीय सेमिकॉन इंडिया 2022 सम्मेलन के उद्घाटन सत्र को संबोधित किया। और ये सम्मेलन, जैसे कि आपने बताया, दुनिया के सेमीकंडक्टर उद्योग, शोध और शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में प्रतिभाशाली लोगों को अपनी ओर आकर्षित करेगा और प्रधानमंत्री जी का जो विजन है उसको पूरा करने में मील का पत्थर साबित होगा। ये सम्मेलन भारत को इलेक्ट्रॉनिक विनिर्माण और सेमीकंडक्टर उद्योग का वैश्विक हब बनाने के विजन को भी पूरा करने में एक अहम कदम है। 3 दिवसीय सम्मेलन का थीम है डिजाइन एंड मैन्युफैक्चर इन इंडिया फॉर द वर्ल्ड, मेकिंग इंडिया अ सेमीकंडक्टर नेशन। और अब हम आपसे चाहते हैं इजाजत। नमस्कार।
एक भारत श्रेष्ठ भारत।
दानी है तू दानी, दानी है तू दानी, मेरे भारत दानी तू सबका।
दिल में तू ही जामे, तू ही तेरे लिए धड़के है दिल सबका।
एक है भारत,
श्रेष्ठ भारत,
एक है भारत,
श्रेष्ठ भारत,
मेरा भारत,
सबका भारत,
प्यारा भारत,
स्वच्छ भारत,
मेरा भारत,
सबका भारत,
प्यारा भारत,
स्वच्छ भारत,
प्राणों से भी प्यारा मेरा देश, सपनों से भी न्यारा मेरा देश।
रंगों से जब रंग मिले तो बन जाए है मंजर,
नदियाँ आकर मिल जाए तो बन जाए हैं सागर,
लहरें लहरों से मिल जाए एक बड़ा दरिया बन जाए, शान को जितना पानी उसका गहरा उतना ही कहलाए।
एक है भारत, श्रेष्ठ है भारत, एक है भारत, श्रेष्ठ है भारत, हे जिरे आपणो भारत।
आया सराय मनवा
अलग अलग है, सुर तो क्या है, राग मगर है ये।
सौंधी सौंधी खुशबू इसकी
स्वर्ग से आई है ये धरती, आके उतरे हैं इस पर आकाश सुंदर रंगले।
एक है भारत, श्रेष्ठ है भारत, एक है भारत, श्रेष्ठ है भारत।
मिले सुर मेरा तुम्हारा, तो सुर बने हमारा। सुर की नदियाँ हर दिशा से बह के सागर में मिले, बादलों का रूप लेकर बरसे हल्के हल्के। मिले सुर मेरा तुम्हारा, तो सुर बने हमारा। मिले सुर मेरा तुम्हारा।
वट बनिए सान तरस।
तेरा सुर मिले मेरे सुर दे नाल, मिलके बने एक नवा सुरताल। मिले सुर मेरा तुम्हारा, तो सुर बने हमारा।
मुंहिंजो सुर तुंहिंजे सां प्यारा मिले जॾहिं, गीत असांजो मधुर तरानो बणे तॾहिं।
सुर का दरिया बह के सागर में मिले,
बदलांदा रूप लखे,
बरसन होले होले।
இசைந்தா நம் இருவரின் சுரமும் நமதாகும். திசை வேறானாலும் ஆழிசேர் ஆறுகள் முகிலாய் மழையாய் பொழிவது போல் இசை.
श्रोताओं, स्टूडियो की घड़ी में समय हुआ है 11:20 और ये समय है वाद्य वृंद कार्यक्रम का, जिसमें आज आप सुनेंगे राग मारवा। संगीतकार रहेंगे पंडित पन्नालाल घोष।
है।